All right there? Now, I understand that we're all different, but in some ways we are all the same. When you're listening to your favourite music, or you're watching your favourite movie, or you're playing your favourite console game, you want it to sound great. Now, getting great sound can't cost an arm and a leg, and it can't mean an absolute load of inconvenience. Q Acoustics understands this, which is why it has developed the contents of this box. This is Q Acoustics M20, and frankly, the picture on the box doesn't do it justice. Yes, there are two speakers in here, but what there is in here fundamentally is an entire high definition wireless music system. So I'm going to open this up and we can see what's what. A wrapped up speaker, box of accessories. There's one speaker. And that's the business end. We'll have a look at that in a moment. So when you first take them out of the box, they don't look unlike the illustration on the box. But if you turn them around, you can see there's a bit more at work here. And you can also see that they are not exactly the same. On this side, it's very loudspeaker-ish. There is binding posts for speaker cable and a bass reflex port. But this speaker, this is where the action is. So aside from the bass reflex port, you'll see the only things these two speakers have in common are the speaker binding posts. You join this speaker to this speaker using a length of speaker cable that's provided in this box of accessories, and this speaker then powers this speaker, delivering the stereo sound with all of the separation, all of the focus, all of the punch and the accuracy and the detail for which Q Acoustics is famous. Now, as far as connectivity to this powered speaker goes, you've plenty of options. Wirelessly, you can use Bluetooth 5. It's compatible with aptX, aptX HD and aptX low latency. Or you can use any of the physical inputs on the back of the speaker. You've got a pair of stereo RCA line level inputs, and there's a 3.5mm line level input there as well. The USB socket for connecting to a computer or whatever is good for 24-bit 192 kilohertz digital files. There's a digital optical socket with which you can connect your television or your games console, and that's good for 24-bit 96 files. And then there's a switch to tell the speaker whether it's the left or right speaker. There's a switch to tell the speaker whether it's in a corner, whether it's against a back wall, or whether it's out in some free space. There's a pre-out for a subwoofer just in case you're crazy for bass. And then of course there's mains power connectivity as well. So I said there was some speaker cable, didn't I, in this box of accessories, and I'll prove it to you. It's not the only thing that's in here though. Of course, there's an owner's manual, which is specification and instructions in any number of languages. There is the speaker cable, told you. And in fact, it's this wire that turns this into a wireless system. It sounds counterintuitive, I know, but once you've joined this powered speaker to this passive speaker using this length of speaker cable, what you have is a wireless stereo system. This is plugged into the mains, these are joined together. That's everything that you need. There's mains power for this speaker for Europe, and there's mains power for this speaker for the UK, because the UK is always a special case. There's also a full function remote control with batteries as well. Batteries for once are included. And on the top of the powered speaker, there are 3 buttons. That's volume up, volume down, and then a button that controls power on, power off, or lets you scroll through your inputs. And that's basically it for what's going on the outside of this. On the inside, behind the grille, which acts as a perfect waveguide, there is a 22mm decoupled tweeter and a 125mm mid-bass driver. Inside the cabinet, the M20 uses Q Acoustics point-to-point bracing technique, which makes for an extremely inert cabinet, which doesn't really contribute to the sound that you hear at all. So we go out the way we came in, basically, by saying we all want great sound. And if you want great sound for music and for movies and for games, and you don't want it to cost an arm and a leg, and you don't want it to be massively inconvenient, then the M20 HD wireless music system does everything you want. It was designed for you.